Welcome back to Life in All Directions. Today, we're going to take a look at positivity and kindness, and we're going to look at how do we find more positive and more kindness in the world. I mean, we got so much chaos and just it feels like the world's just filled with so much negativity right now. And we really have to try to take a moment to find some positivity, find some kindness. And I believe that's going to start with ourselves. And we're going to take a look in this episode about the 4 steps. And one of those steps is changing the lens. And it's really how your perspective is and how you see things. The other step that we're going to look at is leading with kindness. And kindness, it starts with us, right? And just doing something nice for someone, just giving somebody a smile. And we live in such a standoffish world where it's like if you do something nice for somebody or you just smile at them, it's taken with different intentions. And that's one of those things I feel that it makes us just not want to be kind to people. We want to just kind of mind our own business and not be bothered, right? But the next step is finding the opportunity in the chaos, right? So like when you have like a chaotic day and, things are just kind of flying at you left and right, and you really it's just frustrating, right? But those are moments of growth. That's a real moment of where you can look at growth there. And then let's speak life into the day. And the final step is speaking life into a day of positivity and kindness, and realizing that when you start changing the framework on all of these things, it's going to start leading to more positive things that are going to take place in your life. And that's definitely been the case for me, and really just trying to have more of a positive outlook and really just kind of sharing that with as many as I can. And I really think you're going to like this episode. And I really think that you're going to get some value from this. So buckle up, stay tuned. Let's get started. How you see the world and the lens that you see it through is how it's going to start shaping how you see people, how you see certain situations, how you interact with people. If you only focus on the mess or the bullshit, if you will, then you're going to feel stuck in a mess. You're going to feel that like everything is negative, and you wake up, you start your day with either chaos or you start your morning with just negativity, or it's the way that you view things, right? And I started looking at these things a little bit more closely myself, right? How many of us wake up on a Monday morning and start with, God, I have to go to work. I got to go to work today. God, it's Monday. But what if you shift the mindset? What if you shift your focus to, I get to, right? And you start changing the framework of the things that you start looking at these things differently. And when you change the framework of, I get to go to work today, I get an opportunity. For myself, in my career right now, I'm really working on building some change and shifting into a different position and to a new team. And I've been taking the steps and really working on getting all of the credentials lined up for this opportunity. But every day now, and this shift started a while ago, but I wake up and I start my morning with, I get to go to work today. I get an opportunity to be one day closer to the position or to the team that I want to be a part of. And I'm getting this opportunity and I'm one day closer to it, and I could feel it. And I think when you start having that mindset of realizing that you are one day closer to the goal or one day closer to your new opportunity, it starts bringing a smile. You start creating this excitement like, yeah, I'm closer than I was yesterday, right? But I mean, we have to realize like the world, it's not perfect, but it's the perspective that's going to make things different. It's really just holding 2 different lenses on how you see things. One lens is going to show pain, struggle, the bullshit that's going on in the world, the effed up this, or however you feel about whatever's happening in the world. And if you look at it from a negative point of view, that's how you're going to see the day. It's going to be negative. But this other lens can show you blessings. It can show you opportunities. And it realizes that there is some positivity there. There is some things that are going to start coming my direction. And that's the direction you want to start taking, is taking that step to look into things differently. So step 1, change the lens. Okay. I mean, when you think about it, right, those of us that are getting older, we got to get our prescription checked. So we might have to start changing that lens. Why are we not changing the lens and how we view things in our day-to-day life? So here's step 1 for you. Wake up in the morning and change your verbiage. Instead of saying, I got to, or I have to, or change, I get to. And don't look at things as a negative, but find it as opportunity. But either way, when you start changing the vocabulary, so again, it's change your vocabulary, change it into an optimistic point of view of, I get to do this, I get to do that, and write it down. Take a few moments, write down some things that you have to do for the day, but change the verbiage. For instance, if you have to clean your home or you have to take your kid to school, I get an opportunity to drop my kid off and see him smile today when he goes into class. I get an opportunity to make my kid laugh and dance in the car. I get an opportunity to do to spend more time with my child, right? Because as parents, I'm sure as you also know, time moves extremely fast. So embrace that time. I get the opportunity, right? So step one is changing the verbiage, change your verbiage on how you see things. That's going to be step one, guys. Step two is kindness. Kindness is extremely powerful, right? So we underestimate how far a little kindness can go. And I want you to think about that, right? So think about a time where maybe you're just at a grocery store, right? And you're at the checkout stand and you're just kind of going through your normal, getting ready to pay, etc. And sometimes even getting ready to pay, like nowadays at the checkout stand, can be stressful because you're seeing what you're paying for groceries and it ain't what it used to be. So it gets stressful and you might be stressing out on, how do I get, how am I going to make this last for the week or till my next paycheck? But would it be a little different if the cashier was a little bit nicer to you or complimented you or said something along the nature of, wow, I really like your hair, or, man, that's a really cool hat you got on. You know what I mean? Where did you get that? Just something nice, right? That just changes your mood, right? Like if somebody's nice to you, accept it. I think, and that's also a challenge too, right? Is now we also sometimes have a struggle accepting kindness and taking it the wrong way. I'll give you an example. As a single male, if I approach a woman and say, wow, like I really like your hair today, I really think you look amazing, that's already misconstrued as I'm trying to hit on you, that I have a different objective and a different motive. But really, no, your hair just looks nice today and I'm just giving you a compliment, and you look beautiful. Please enjoy your day. But those small, kind words can change your perspective. So step two is not only just be kind and work on kindness, but also be ready to receive the kindness. Okay. So when you're ready to receive the kindness, it also makes you want to be kind to others. And those of you that know me personally know that I'm extremely big on the high five. Like I am very big on a belief that nobody can resist a high five. And I truly believe that. I think that challenge yourself, just randomly one day, give somebody a high five, and I guarantee you that they cannot resist it. And if they do resist it, then they're probably not cool. So, but realizing that a kind word can truly change somebody's whole day. Like it can change the perspective of somebody's whole day. Your kindness could literally be the difference in somebody's day, right? They could be having the shit day, stuck in traffic, spilled coffee on themselves, got shit from their boss, kids were acting up, the whole gamut, right? But if you had that power to change somebody's day and say, wow, like, thank you for being here today. Like you just look amazing and you have such a beautiful smile. Like, can you keep smiling? Because when you share that with the world, it's electric. And really just a small act of love, and just doing something nice for somebody. Again, I keep bringing up the grocery store. I think it's because maybe I need to go shopping, but imagine being at the grocery store and you just put away all your things, right? And you're getting ready to close the trunk and somebody walks up to you, hey, would you mind if I put your shopping cart back? Great. Thank you. I hope you have an amazing day. Get home safe, please. But we're also at a point now where we're not ready to receive that kindness, right? We think somebody comes up to our car, we think they want to do something to us, right? And it's unfortunate. That's the world that we live in, but it doesn't have to be that way. And that's what I'm saying again. So step two, not only give kindness, but be ready to receive kindness and, allow somebody to, I'm not saying be vulnerable, right? I'm not saying be at a point where you always have to have your guard up either, but, be at a point where you're ready to receive this kindness and you're ready to accept the fact that somebody's willing to do something nice for you and that there are good people in the world. And, whether it's just you see somebody that's, maybe a few steps behind you and you're getting in through the door, like stand there, hold the door open for them. You know what I mean? Just something small. It doesn't need to be life changing, but just something that can actually change somebody's moment, right? That change gives them a positive moment in their day. And I think that's going to be something that really challenge ourselves with, right? Because kindness isn't weakness, right? Kindness is actually a strength because it means you're choosing to add light to a world that already has enough darkness into it. So that is powerful right there. And here's the kicker. Kindness doesn't just it just doesn't change others. It's going to change you. It's kindness will actually change you. The more love and positivity you put out, the more it grows in you. Okay. And that I truly believe that because I've been at a point where I've had some dark days and, I used to deem myself as this really like I was an asshole and I was proud to say it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm an asshole and I know it. But as I start shifting the mind, it's like, I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to be mean to people. I want to be positive. I want to give somebody a reason to smile. And I'm hoping that's what I'm doing. That's the goal I'm working on is I want to be the reason why people smile and giving more reason to have a lot more smiles in this world, a lot more kindness. And, just it's powerful. I'm just really excited about it. So step three is finding the opportunity in your chaos. Life's not always going to be pretty, right? It's not. We have some shit days. I mean, I just got over being sick myself, still have a lingering cough. Thankfully, it hasn't really showed up in this episode, but life's not always pretty. Some days it's going to feel like the world or everybody and everything is against you. But with bills, with stress, with losses, I mean, gosh, like how many celebrations of life have I had to attend or even gone to once I've missed because of being sick? I just missed one. And that one was really, really painful that I had to miss because it was one of my really, really close friends. And that's a whole different story. We'll go down that rabbit hole another day. But whether it's getting bad news, I mean, that stuff's real. It's not saying that you're not allowed to feel those emotions. Like you're 100% able to feel that and you should feel it, but you don't have to live in it. So step three is finding the opportunity in your chaos. Okay. And when the world feels heavy, when you feel like you have all of this chaos and there's just everything is coming at you left and right, find the chance and the opportunity to see through that chaos and look at it from a perspective of power. Okay. The power of having positivity into it. Okay. Like, yes, this situation is happening to me at the moment, but I'm not going to live in it. Okay. I'm going to start finding a path. I'm going to find a reason and a direction to shift myself out of this actual moment. Okay. Remember, it's like I've said before, you don't have to have a bad day. Okay. You can have a bad hour. You may have a bad 2 hours, but the whole day doesn't have to be bad. Okay. You just, that's all perspective. Okay. But there's also a world that you can live in where you are also chasing your dreams, right? You're raising a family. You're building a business, you're spreading love, and you're making change. And that's the opportunity there is to in that chaos, that's the opportunity, right? Because again, it's changing the mindset. It's changing the verbiage, right? Like you're building a business. For instance, me doing a podcast, right? I don't ever say, oh, I have to do some recordings or I have to do some editing. I get to do some editing on something I love doing. I get to talk into a microphone and talk to as many people as I can or that are willing to watch this and enjoy, what I'm bringing out in the world or may see it, as controversial and great. I leave that open, but it's all opportunity that I get to find, right? In the chaos. So step 4, I want you to actually start working on having a positive message. Okay. And just sharing that positive message with a loved one, a close friend, and letting them know that, look, you are enough. The world's better with you in it. Your small wins actually matter. And even if today feels like it's too heavy, tomorrow can be lighter. So step 4 is finding that positive message and spreading that message. Okay. Because positivity is not pretending life is perfect. Okay. That is what I was told by someone once as toxic positivity. And you have to realize that you can't just be all happy-go-lucky with every single situation. You have to understand how to accept other emotions as well. But positivity, again, can also be the fact that you realize that you have the power to keep things going. Okay. So those are just some simple steps on how to actually make positivity, how to make kindness a little bit louder in your day. And, I'm rooting for every single one of you that watch this episode. And I hope that you find some positivity in your day. I really do. Now, remember, the world can look like shit through one lens, or it can be a beautiful work of art, full of opportunity. But really, at the end of the day, the choice will be yours. Choose positivity, choose kindness, because when you live through those lenses, it gets a lot better. I can't stress that enough, of that when you start changing your mindset, you start changing your perspective on things and start realizing that it's all on how you shift the mind, because you're going to come across times where people may have screwed you over. They may have done something negative to you or whatever it may be, right? Those are lessons. You don't have to look at it as a loss or somebody did something to you. Like, yes, accept the fact that somebody did you wrong, but at the end of the day, like, you can still spread your kindness and positivity with others that are in your life and surrounding you. And that also may need your light and may need your guidance. So look, do something positive today. Do something that makes somebody smile today. Do something that makes you smile today. I'm your host, Dante Street, and this is Life in All Directions, where we're going to continue to talk about growth, balance, and the paths that shape our lives. Until next time, stay positive, keep moving forward in all directions. Hey, wow, what a great episode. Hey, before you go, I really just wanted to say thank you from myself and just really appreciate you checking out the channel. And if this episode brought you a smile, if it brought you any value, or just gave you a little bit of different perspective and remind you of something that you needed to hear, do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and share it with someone that can actually use a little bit of positivity and a little bit of kindness in their day. Well, we're close, folks. We are 13 subscribers away from our first milestone of 100. And I know with your help, by hitting that subscribe button, we can get there. So let's keep this community growing. I'm really excited for this. Your support means everything. Every listen, every share, every message, every comment, it all reminds me of why I do this. So till next time, keep leading with kindness, protect your peace, and keep growing with life in all directions.